Everybody's so excited to get back, and they're really excited to be around each other and compete with each other and push each other again. So you're going to see really high energy, you're going to see a lot of excitement, you're going to see a lot of passion in our guys. I think that from a playing dynamic, we're going to see a much deeper understanding of what we're trying to do. So often you get guys going into their sophomore year where now maybe their sophomore year they'll get a chance to play a little bit more. We've got a group where we were starting 7, 8, 11 freshmen every single game. And those guys are essentially now acting like juniors. They have a full season behind them. And then the development that they had in understanding the college games and the bumps and the bruises we took last year were then applied to the spring. They grew immensely in the spring in understanding the game model, and just really, really excited to get back to work with those guys and put the experience to work. In all 4 classes, we have really special people. And what we can really look forward to in the senior class is that we've got a group that was here before I was here. And they've been a part of, previous program and things like that where success was building. And now they've been a part of what we're doing here. And so what they bring is a really clear understanding of where we've been and where we're headed and how we believe it's best to get there. Their buy-in right away to what we're asking them to do has been really special and humbling for me as a coach and for our staff, because it's very easy for players that have been there already to say, we don't want to do that. And this group of older players really bought in from day one. When we talk about the transition of culture and we talk about the recruiting process and asking guys to believe in what we do, this is a group that, yes, we went out and recruited, and there's some serious talent there, and we're very excited about that. But the reality is that these guys were guys that really reached out to us and said, hey, we see what's going on. That's really cool and it's exciting, and we want to find out more. And then when they did find out more, they said, we want to be a part of it. Again, the culture flows through from top to bottom, and it's really exciting as a coach to kind of be able to shepherd that and be a part of it. The fall is so short, right? It's 2.5, we'll call it 3 months of going 100 miles an hour and trying to make sure that we take care of our guys mentally and physically. We're gonna have two times where we have Wednesday games, right? And now how do you manage the 2 days on the front end? How do you manage the 2 days on the back end to then prepare for the next game? Because we're gonna end up with 4 games in 5-6 days. When you play Saturday, Sunday games, it's really, really difficult. And especially when you look at the players, all the edge guys, right? The outside backs, the wingers and things like that are gonna be up and down the sideline, putting in big miles. It's a lot. This year we have a larger roster than we've ever had, right? We're gonna be at 32 guys. It's a large roster with a ton of depth. We're never gonna be a program that's just gonna bench guys, right? We wanna be able to play guys. We want them to gain that experience so that when we need them later on and their number's called, they're ready to go. There's no way to fully say, how much Aaron meant to this program and the transition of it, to me as a coach, to have somebody that you're so close with, it's like a sister, shares half your brain most of the time, for better and worse, but somebody that you never have to question, somebody you always knows has your back. So to replace her was never gonna be an easy thing to do. That being said, we found some pretty special people. So when you look at right away, Jamie Johnson, who brings in, an alumni base, right? He's an alum. He was part of the program, when the program was great in the early 90s and things like that. His role as a spiritual leader on our campus brings another level to the culture that we want to have here within our program. And his ability to connect with these young men on a spiritual level, I think, is going to be something that's very special. Then when you look at Tom coming in with his experience coming from Oregon State, doing a lot of data analytics, breaking down film, and his understanding of the game from a film and data analytics standpoint is very unique and is going to bring us to a point where tactically we can answer a lot of questions and we can do a lot of things that maybe are a little bit different and look at the game through a different lens that I think will bring a lot of structure and just a lot of new ideas to the staff. And then you look at Zach Nelson, fantastic player, works in the community, and a guy that can come in and work with our goalkeepers, and as a young guy is going to bring firsthand experience of what it's like to be a Division I student athlete and what it takes to be a top goalkeeper at that level, which we're very fortunate to have a very, very quality goalkeeper core. And then yesterday, we were very fortunate to add So French of Portland Pilots and Portland Thorns and Minnesota Aurora fame, and to have a pro, somebody who's walked that pathway, be around our guys and be around our staff and bring a couple different ideas because of her experience, I think is really, really special. The quality of people, like when you look at this group of guys that have been willing to say, okay, there's a transition happening 2 years ago, I come in as a new coach, we're asking them to do things that maybe they haven't been asked to do before, things that are uncomfortable, and the buy-in from this group, the way they treat each other, the way that they impact our community in such positive ways. It's just a really, really special group of guys. And like I said, I'm fired up just to get them back, just to be around the guys and coach them and do that kind of stuff. So we're gonna win games, we're gonna compete, we're gonna have our moments where we've got to grow and get better. But what's really special is just being around a group of guys like this that believe in what we're doing the way they do.